And then I'm
yes, for posterity. Yikes.
here comes everyone.
Come on in.
Well, or at least the folks that are here. I'll keep an eye on the waiting room here.
Yes, thank you so much. That's okay. I can be recorded. You have my consent.
I didn't even ask you, huh?
It asks me, no, there's a little dialogue box. It's like, just so you know.
Oh, I was like, are you talking to me? I'm sorry. You're right. I forgot to ask you.
Oh, we all sign that thing when we start working at the company. It's like, we have to sign some release. Like we've already
mandatory
given away our image. Yeah. It's fine.
Good morning, everyone. QT, if you your email kicked back, and so I just want to make sure I have the right one. I think it's the sales one. So if you don't mind just throwing the right one in the chat, the email that I sent out today kicked back for you. Okay, so since we're we're at the tail end of our fellowship program here, and today we're going to be talking about e-commerce. We have Kiana and Missy from BigCommerce here. And maybe we can just do a couple of intros to the fellows so that Kiana, you know who you're talking to. So Shubra, you're at the top for me, if you don't mind, if you just introducing yourself and your company really fast.
Hi, sorry, I'm just having breakfast as well as I listen to this, so I'm going to stay off the video, but I'm Shubra. I'm the founder of Kriya Hair. It's an ingredient and science-based hair care that's good for the body, and we do use BigCommerce for our website.
Yay!
I love it.
Thank you, Connie.
My name is Connie Shi. I'm the founder and CEO of Horology. We make sustainable period panties, so reusable, made out of beechwood-free modal, super sustainable, good for the body, good for the planet. We use Shopify. I don't know if it's helpful to mention. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Connie. Brittany.
No worries if you're using another platform. It's okay. You can share with us. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Go ahead. Actually, RP, since you're already off mute, go ahead.
Guys, oh, I'm sorry. I joined and it joined me off mute. I apologize.
I love it.
You want to do a quick intro, what your company is, RP?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I apologize. Sure. I am the founder of Body Bar. We are a line of protein bars with simple and clean, real nutrients, no added sugars or colors or flavors, all that good stuff we took out because we felt it just wasn't necessary. And I established it because of my own autoimmune. I have ulcerative colitis and I just need like real nutrients and protein when I'm on the go. So I just kind of developed it for that purpose. It was solely just for me. And then people started showing a lot of interest into it. So I started making more of it and started selling it. So that's my story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Brittany.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany, founder of Buttered Body Care. We're a feel-good beauty brand creating simple, nurturing alternatives for melanated skin.
Thank you. Bindu. Oh, you're on mute.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bindu. I'm the founder of Bindu Bites. I wanted to start off with making authentic Nepalese products. So I make Nepalese momos and I make 2 Nepalese sauces inspired by my family recipe. And then I'll come out with future products that are not necessarily related to Nepalese recipes. And then currently, I'm actually just about to start using Shopify here in about a few weeks.
Thank you, Bindu. Dwayne. Dwayne, are you there?
Hi.
There you are.
Sorry, trying to get coffee and a few other things going. Good morning. Hi, everybody. My name is Dwayne Humiestewa, founder and I would say, I guess, CEO, since I'm trying to build a team. And it's interesting to call myself a CEO, but at some point I have to be some kind of chief executive officer. So I'm building company out called Hightail Trading. We were going to be just primarily focused on coffee and tea oriented products and some ingredients primarily sourced from Native American communities. And since my background is Native, I'm starting to really tap into more of the ancient knowledge and ingredient sources that are connected to our community and to the tribal communities within the US and then around the world. And I'm realizing there's so much more traveling I have to do to go really figure out like how some of these things are going to work. But ultimately, it's a company that's going to be based here in the US with access to sources around the world. And we want to continue to develop more products that are much more closer to ancient sort of grains, ancient coffees and teas and ancient recipes that traditionally are used and utilized in indigenous communities around the world. And I'm discovering there's so much happening in that space that is just untapped, and I have to really pare it down and pin it down. And so that's sort of the evolution and process I'm going through right now. I thought it was going to be a lot more easier than this, but yeah, this is part of the happy journey I'm on.
Good. Yes. Decolonize those food sources. Let's go. All right.
Thank you, Dwayne. So part of the reason I know that, the fellows they've been together for several months now, and occasionally I make them introduce themselves because it's great practice to be put on the spot. And over time, your pitches have also changed. Your products, you've been pivoting your products as you've also been in this program. So I just like to check in on those intros every now and then just to see how that's going and really kind of give everyone a little bit of practice. So to kind of wrap up some of our intros, I'll just pick on a couple more here. So Kamara, I'm going to go with you, and then Liliana, I'll go with you last.
Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Kamara Samuel, and I am the founder and lead formulator for Wadadli Naturals. Wadadli Naturals is a Caribbean-inspired beauty and wellness brand that's focused on bringing nature-based solutions for your everyday life. For example, one of our best-selling products is our natural deodorant. I came up with it because other deodorants weren't working for me. I was smelling like green onions, and I'm a chemical engineer by training, and so I really wanted to make something that actually worked and lasted long, but also didn't have some of those negative chemicals that other deodorants have. So it lasts up to 14 hours. Really excited to be here.
Thank you. Go ahead, Liliana.
Hi, my name is Liliana, and I am the founder of Pachamama Fermented Foods. We have fermented plant-based dips like fermented hummus, fermented bean dips. And my inspiration into the realm of fermented foods was a health crisis that happened to my son about 9 years ago, which led me to really understand about gut health and how important it is in our overall health and wellness. So I've finally decided to do something with it, and yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, Kiana and Missy, the floor is yours. Please introduce yourself and tell everyone what we're going to learn today.
Missy, you can go ahead.
Okay, sure. Hi, guys. I'm Missy McCabe. I'm on the small business marketing team at BigCommerce, and I've been with the BigCommerce team for about 4 years, based in Austin. And I've kind of always really wanted to see us do more as an Austin company locally, supporting growing businesses. Since it just makes so much sense to get involved in the community. So when we heard about the MO fellowship, I was super excited to get involved with you guys and kind of meet the group. So love hearing your stories, and I'll have to try some of your products.
Awesome.
Yeah, feel free to add me on LinkedIn. Thanks, Katrina.
Thanks, Missy. Hi, everyone. I'm Kiana Shelton. I am a newly minted partner solutions manager at BigCommerce. A little role change. Okay, moving up over mobility. I'm excited to be here today. Missy has invited me to hang out with this wonderful cohort of people. We are just going to be talking about a little e-commerce 101. I will be leveraging hopefully my expertise on the platform as a, used to be senior training specialist, to really just answer questions around why is this important? Why is this going to be vital to the growth of your business? And really with a lens to you all as small business owners, coming from, traditionally underrepresented backgrounds, a lot of you, and just how impactful having a good e-commerce experience can be for your business and growth. And we just want to make sure you have a little know-how on that so that you can look forward to the scale of your business. So that's my hope for today. Any questions for any of us, for Katrina, me, Missy, before we get started today? All right. I love it. Everyone's here. As much as I'm gonna ask a favor, and it's okay, because this is what I'm gonna say. As much as possible, if I can see your beautiful faces, that would be lovely. Now, here's the thing. I got a Chiweenie. I got a Great Dane. Okay. I got a lot going on. That's okay. That's the point of virtual learning. I want to see your kids. I want to see your pets. I want to see your plants. I want to see your crochet projects. Okay. That being said, you're all grown. You need to turn it off. You need to grab some coffee. Okay. The kid is running around. That's fine. But as much as possible, I'd love to see those mugs. Look how cute you are. You're so cute. I'd love to see it. And that just helps us have a little bit of engagement. This is going to be interactive, but let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. And I have to say abracadabra, sharing my screen, because if I don't, then it doesn't happen. So we're going to say abracadabra, sharing my screen. Did it really happen? I will not be relaunching Chrome, not doing that right now. And I am going to get into a full suite presentation mode. Let me move your cute little faces so I see them down here. All right, slideshow. Can everyone see this? Give me a little audible yes, because you're now a little bit. Yes. Good.
Yes.
Only
Yes.
I see your faces when you talk. I love it. Thanks so much. All right, we're going to get into it. We're going to try to leave ample room for Q&A. So we're just going to let this slideshow be our guide. I'll ask you some questions from time to time. Don't be shy. I know it's the morning and we're warming up. Katrina will help you if you need some outward motivation. She'll just call on her favorite people in rank order. No, I'm kidding.
No, they're all my favorite people.
Exactly. Katrina loves you all. I didn't say that. Exactly. She loves you all. You're so great. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So what is e-commerce? Question for you. What do you think of when you hear e-commerce? Why is this a buzzword for you? Anybody who's feeling clever?
Well, that's a economy commerce. I don't know, electronic commerce.
Anytime I buy anything online using the internet.
Mm-hmm. Anytime you buy anything online using the internet. And how are those experiences? When you're online buying items, why are you going to the internet versus a brick and mortar solution? Why is that a preferred, or not even preferred? Why is that a method that you use?
You save time.
Save time.
It's faster.
Faster.
Already there.
It's already there. Great. Any other reasons why you especially like, if you do like it, or if you find yourself using it? We have time, we have that convenience. What are some other reasons you gravitate towards e-commerce?
I think specificity, like if you're looking for something specific, you can SEO it and, get exactly what you want. So more along the lines of efficiency.
Yes, the internet is our guide. At the touch of fingertips, we can find specialty items, dare I say, Nepalese food goods. Okay, I live in an ethnic food desert. So I'm looking for it. Exactly. So there are many reasons, and the reasons that you're exploring e-commerce are the exact same reasons why your customers are going to be looking for you to have an established e-commerce experience. E-commerce is huge, okay? You can see by this slide that essentially the untapped market of digital buyers, right? Online shopping is for everyone now, right? In this day and age, minus a little, legislative racism, pretty much everyone has a connection to the internet, okay? Everyone has the ability to sit down with electronic payments becoming more and more frequent. You and I both know I can buy 20 things on this little device right here. You have to have a digital presence at this point in order to ensure customer reach and growth. Yeah. So all of you have different types of businesses, right? Some of you lifestyle brands, a lot of personal care products, which I love. That's where all my money goes to. I feel like I smell like Michelle Obama. Like I just want to smell like shea butter and Motion's hairspray. Okay, I just want to smell like an ancestor. I want to smell like a prayer, So I do a lot of personal care shopping, which I love, But a lot of these businesses can fall into different types. It seems a lot of you are direct to consumer brands, right? It is a B2C brand. Is anyone in any other types of verticals, right? Does anyone do wholesale at this point, or doing sort of a digitally native brand? Well, most of you are digitally native, but you might be digitally native brands. Some of you have always sold online. Anyone who kind of falls into any buckets outside of your traditional B2C on the call? You can give me a little hand raise. You can unmute if you're like, no, we're all pretty much B2B.
Yeah, we do wholesale as well, export wholesale.
Perfect. All right. So we have some B2B businesses, right? These different business types are going to be throughout the internet. And the importance of these in terms of e-commerce is these are really all applicable to an e-commerce solution. Every single one of them can be managed using a great e-commerce experience. So as your business expands, right now it might be B2C. You might end up using some consumer to consumer brands if you're selling on exchanges, right? Different marketplaces, different channels, Amazon, Facebook, things like that. Or if your business has always been online, right? You will see that here, but all of them lend themselves to having a strong e-commerce presence. And here's some examples, some folks you've heard of, right? All right. So we're going to talk mostly about some tips while you're building out your sites. I heard a lot of people in their introductions, you're using platforms. Missy was great and sent me some of your websites, so I got a chance to check them out. They're all very lovely. And with different sort of aesthetics, feel, and function, right? And those are going to be the things that are unique about your site, right? When you approach an e-commerce website, you want to build it so that the customer experience is one that you envision. And so we're going to talk a little bit about kind of some tricks of the trade that are going to make these enticing. All right. So make a great first impression. All right. So when we're talking about our users, we're basically looking at kind of two experiences that we want to have. We want to have our user interface, right? What is our customer looking at? What is the design focus on? What is the feeling that we want our folks to have? And then the user experience, and you'll see these abbreviated as UI and UX a lot of times. How does your website actually function? Is it easy for your customers to go through and look at things? To give you an example of kind of a visual example of the difference between these two things. You ever seen a ketchup bottle? And those old timey ketchup bottles, which are so cute and nostalgic, but like you're at a diner and it's terrible getting that ketchup out. It's the worst thing in the world. You're hitting the bottom of it. Okay, still a bunch of water comes out. You're like, this is gross. That's a beautiful bottle, right? The UI of that bottle is gorgeous, right? We love the glass. We love doing it, but it's a pain in the butt. UX is that upside down giant Heinz bottle, right? It works really well. It's already down. You just give it a shake, squeezes out in a perfect line every single time. So we want these two things on our website to be cohesive. And that starts with that store design, right? So one thing that I really loved about all of you is your introductions were great, very succinct. You knew exactly what your products were. And so that same concision with which you are speaking about your brands, we want that to be reflected in our store design, right? Quality photography. We want to make sure we have an about us page so our company, our customers know our ethos. We want to be able to solicit customers. Just out of curiosity, right now, are folks collecting user reviews? Do you have a way of collecting those user reviews or reaching out to customers? Oh, I have a little chat, huh? Let's see who's in here. Yes, okay. And so with those customers, there are lots of ways to elicit reviews. That's going to be a huge part of driving traffic for you. At the end of this, we're going to talk about different solutions, but we want to make sure that we're having a lot of customer created content around our store. So we want it to look good, right? We wanted to have elements that are going to help our customers, and we want it to function. Okay. Ooh. Driving traffic. Okay. So for those of you on an e-commerce platform, talk to me about some of the methods that you're using to get customers to your site. If you've explored into that, what are some ways where you let people know about your business to drive traffic to your site? Talk to me a little bit about that.
I send out email campaigns and also direct inbox people on Instagram.
Cool. And what are you using for your email marketing campaign solutions?
Squarespace.
Squarespace. I love it. And in terms of the difference in using those elements, do you find that you have an increase of visitors to your site?
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to point out that email is probably one of the best kind of low lift marketing techniques. Email is sort of one of those things where it can feel antiquated in the world of having like, you know, solutions like a Klaviyo that you take that user created content, you send those SMS texts, you know, you can target people browsing at your storefront, send them messages. But the email aspect is kind of the oldest and most reliable, and it still sort of works, right? People are opting into getting those messages from you. And I don't know about you, but I never delete them. I'm just like, oh, I'm getting all this mail, but like, I make no effort to unsubscribe. I make no effort to filter out these things. They're just in my inbox, living its life. And every now and again, when I'm attempting to clean it out, I'll be like, ooh, what's this? Right? Your customers have already consented to having this information. It comes right to a medium that they see every day, 20 times a day, right? Email interactions are going to be really important, right? Formulating your SEO content. Somebody mentioned SEO earlier as a way to find your storefront, right? When we are configuring a site and we have a site that allows us to supplement information, search keywords, related products, those things are going to drive traffic to our site. Different channels, right? Are you selling on marketplaces? Are you on an Instagram? Are you on an Amazon? Does anyone do any cross-selling on other sites?
Yes, we are also on Amazon.
Okay, and what's been your experience with that?
We just started working with an agency. I mean, we did it in-house, and then we realized that that's just not our specialty, and we shouldn't even try to do something we are not good at. So we just hired an agency, and we're sort of figuring out the nitty-gritty of it, like especially the marketing piece. You know, how do you get influencers involved in order to keep selling? So it's just like I just want to say it's just the beginning of selling on Amazon.
Yeah. And, Amazon has so many customers, and I love that you're employing and have the ability to employ an agency partner. That's a great example as how when your business scales, you may need the assistance of other people, right? Specialized design teams or marketing teams are people who can make your ecosystem attractive. We'll talk about that later, but thank you so much.
I do have a quick question. This is Shubhra. Sorry, my video is not working today.
It's okay.
We've done email marketing and then also paid search, organic content. And, once we did the paid search later, sorry, was it last year? Yes, last year. The agency that we had hired said that, well, we were able to get people to the website, but then people didn't stop and buy. And that has to do with the lack of optimization of the website itself. So then you're all confused. You're like, okay, I thought, we just redid our website. What does optimization mean? So it's almost like going back to the drawing board. And my question is like, how can BigCommerce help us in our marketing efforts without having to go back to our website developers every time to sort of figure out, okay, how do we now get this particular piece to work right for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of our platform, and this is where it's like growth at every stage, when it comes to sort of marketing tools on BigCommerce, it's actually a fairly lean portion of the platform. We have really robust promotion engines. We can leverage sort of front-end design mechanisms for like schedulable banners. We have the ability with our internal customer relationship manager where we can manage those customers and create segments for those campaigns, but that's really outside of the user experience optimization. So in this case, it's like, you redesign your website, you've gone through, people are coming to the site, right? But where they're not purchasing, they're not staying. That's where it's either, and they're right, it's either one of two things, right? Like, are they coming to the site? Is it related search keywords? Are they finding the things that they're actually searching for, right? So there might need to be some optimization on the back end, or the user experience, or perhaps the products themselves. Do they have the information they need, right? Is it appealing, right? At this point, it may be looking at the user journey throughout your website, like how easy is it to add, check out, those type of things, or the product itself. So those are big swatches of information. And it's one of those things where maybe a little bit of A/B testing is required on them, but you're driving traffic to your site. So now it's about, is that user experience solidified? Is it easy to navigate? Or are the people finding the products that they're looking for?
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you. Great questions. And this is fine. We're gonna like do a little Q&A. I want to make sure, like, I don't know what time it is. I get to talking. Hold on. Okay, good. I get to talking. All right. Let's go through the rest of this. We just talked a little bit about optimization for conversion. Okay. So with this, we want to be sure that we're supplying the information. One of the features that are going to be in a lot of your websites are going to be the faceted search. Right? Jeff Bezos has made us all say, we're not going to go in and Google white t-shirt, right? We're going to Google white t-shirt, women's size 18 V-neck, 100% cotton, right? We have faceted search filters. So we want to make it easy by tagging our products. It's a function that we have available in BigCommerce, right? We want to be able to offer ease of checkout. We were just talking about this. We have an easy integrated one-page checkout. We can connect any payment gateways and processors that you want. And we have a large amount of processors that work with that. The material girls are loving buy now, pay later solutions. I call it the internet's Kmart layaway. We have some to use, right? We want to be able to get our shoppers using the things that they like most. All right, get them to where we need to go, direct their path, get them checking out easier, right? And then also providing them with, easy support. So that may be connecting things like Zendesk, some type of ticketing system, right? We want to have access to promotion. We want to be able to run discounting. And we have excellent promotions engines in BigCommerce, but we'll talk about that later.
I had one question just around kind of the shop now, pay later model. Have you found that to be successful for personal care or beauty brands, or is it mostly more success on larger ticket items?
So not, which is hilarious. I don't have, that's something I can actually dig into marketing and see if they have some information, but from the metrics that I do have, because I pull reports from, our trainings and sort of referrals, they are just as successful with smaller products as they are with larger ones. So you may think traditionally like, hey, like I'm buying something that's a few $100s. Of course I want to buy now, pay now solution. Okay. But the girls are like, let me put my festival wear on buy now, pay later. And I'm like, stop it, girl. It's one of the things where it's more the average order volume, right? So you don't want to think about those buy now, pay later solutions as an individual product, right? Okay, my product's only $14, $20. It is that order value. So if we can up that customer order value, we can get them, over $100, right? Then we're talking about those buy now, pay later solutions are going to be just as applicable. So this is where we could run those promotions that increase average order volume. Again, Jeff Bezos has been doing that to us for years. If you spend at least $35, I will give you free shipping on Amazon Prime. That increases your average order volume. If you buy at least 4 of these, I'll give you a discount on a big ticket item that you really want. So don't think of it as individual, right? Those solutions, we want to increase that value and get the girls, okay, what they need. And they love a buy now, pay later. I'm gonna tell you that. Excellent. Of course, and keep the questions coming. All right, fulfillment and delivery. Okay, this is if you're selling those physical products that need to get to your folks, we want to have the flexibility and to get our items there with, of course, low cost to us, but ensuring great fast delivery to our customers. So outside of e-commerce, right? I mean, well, not outside of it. We've been talking about the platform, right? We're talking about how it looks, how it functions, making checkout easy, making it easy to find products, those things that are tied to the actual site. The fulfillment is also equally as important. How many of you, and feel free to provide anecdotes because I have several myself, you've had a good e-commerce experience, you've checked out, you're like, yes, I'm gonna get my products. And then the fulfillment process is like 10 weeks, 20 emails, you're not getting updates. Just me? Not just me.
I've definitely had it where, certain small brands, it'll take up to 4 weeks for it to ship out. And I always find it really frustrating, and it makes me not want to buy from them again because I know it's going to take forever.
Exactly.
Or it comes after I actually need it, which is frustrating.
It's super frustrating. And if we go back to those initial conversations about why we want to be on an e-commerce platform to begin with, we want our stuff in a timely fashion. It's convenient. It's right there. We want to get it when we need it to our door. That's the huge value add. We get to find different people, spaces, products that we wouldn't otherwise have access to, right? Enriching our lives. A lot of you have beautiful stories about what's brought you to this experience, personal stories, wanting to share those great products and those brain children of your own with other people. We don't want to taint that experience by not having a great fulfillment system. So one of the things that your e-commerce platform is really going to want to do for you is being able to have established shipping methods. Now, some things to think about, we can see here on the slides, right? Are we going to bake in those shipping costs? The answer is yes. Are we going to, or are we going to have those separate? It depends, right? You may do free shipping. BigCommerce has a lovely feature where we can just automatically set free shipping thresholds, right? If you have all orders over 150 get free shipping, we can set that and forget that in the platform. And that's also kind of a customer behavior that we've gotten used to on the internet, right? The number one reason for abandoned carts are shipping costs, just as an FYI, right? Ooh. We have integrations where we can pull real-time rates. So I'm starting out, a lot of small businesses will use like flat rates. Shipping is super expensive. It's very, very expensive. So those flat rate boxes may be an option, right? But if you are really dealing with variable package products, different products with different box dimensions, you want to be able to put those together, right? You may be pulling real-time rates so that those are boxed in an optimized way, all right? If you have products that need to be refrigerated, I heard a lot of food products that are happening, or they need to have special wrapping, because it's 105 degrees, right? If you sell ice cream, it better get to Texas frozen, right? It's one of these things. And that can be a really costly endeavor. That being said, with your platform, you want to be able to connect those services that are going to enable you to do any more sophisticated shipping. So things to think about. What are those shipping costs, right? Am I able to use the carriers that I know are going to dependably get my products where they need to go, right? Can I integrate other shipping systems if I need more complex rules, right? So for example, you cannot have aerosolized products travel by air. If you have, a spray deodorant or some type of, spray mist and it's aerosolized, it has to go by ground. So if a customer orders something, a t-shirt and an aerosolized product, we need to be able to tell the shipping, hey, if someone orders this, that whole thing has to go by ground, right? We can do this in a platform that's capable of adding those rules as our product grows, right? And then just simply back to the aesthetic, right? A lot of you have sustainable brands. We want our packaging to reflect that. I love this Brightland olive oil. It costs too much for every day, but it's a great gift. Just FYI, if you're looking for a great gift, you have like people you can't buy for, AKA your parents are 70 years old and they don't need anything. I'm like, have some nice olive oil. My mom is always like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, you're Sadiddy. She loves that. She loves the olive oil. Okay, repeat customers. This is really what we want. We were talking about follow-ups, okay? What, just, and you can yell it out, you can chat it. What are we using for customer feedback experiences? I know Connie said they were using some way to solicit feedback. How are you getting feedback from your customers? Directly through automated systems? What are you all using? Yes, Judge Me app. Looks, okay, we're using some good systems. Good. Absolutely. So on our platform, and this is our frame of reference, right? We do have reviews for our customers. They're an automatic built-in part of the system, right? We have those available to you. After a certain number of days that you designate, we're going to send those customer review emails. People live off customer feedback, especially with smaller brands that are newer to the market. It's so critical that we have these reviews as user created content, okay? So we want to have that feedback. Returns. We love a return, okay? Particularly with consumer brands, new brands, I'm like, hey, I'm trying this out. If it doesn't work, can I return it? That can be a huge thing. Now, returns are very much a luxury item of larger brands, right? To have those free shipping, free returns, that's a really expensive endeavor. So perhaps not something starting out, right? You may have to charge a fee for returning those items, right? A lot of times in the e-commerce space, we're just doing things to waste, right? If a customer's like, hey, this product, I had a bad reaction to it, I was wondering if I can return it, you can't really do anything with, open use products. So you may end up saying like, hey, keep it, here's a gift voucher for, a follow-up product if, there's something you want to do, right? But those returns, the ability to use those are really great. BigCommerce does not have a great self-serve returns situation. So, but we'll let you hook up whatever you have. Loyalty programs, a lot of folks are leveraging point systems. There's a lot of point of sale that have built-in point allocations, right? And then segmenting. BigCommerce has a really great feature where we can create customer segments, those customer groups, as we call them. And then there's also a new API launch that will happen, sometime before Jesus comes back, where we can actually segment out those groups. And this is a way where you can give folks specific discounts just for people in those groups. So we can drive those registered customers into certain behaviors, right? New sneak peeks, first access, right? As I'm talking about these things that build up for a great repeat purchase experience, what's coming up for you? What are some things that you're thinking about when you think repeat purchase? What makes you want to buy something on a website again?
If it works really well.
If the product works really well, excellent. So good products. I would argue for most people, the products are never actually the problem, right? A lot of people have great product experiences. It's typically the service surrounding it. And that's one thing to think about. So not only that pre-experience, the experience with purchasing fulfillment, we really want to give our customers a way to come back to us. We want to incentivize them coming back. The post-purchase experience is something that's oftentimes overlooked, right? Yes, good customer service, extreme value. These are going to be things that are pretty critical. Okay, so this is one that a lot of times gets kind of overlooked, but we know this makes a huge difference. Okay, last but not least, how to shop for your e-commerce technology. Okay, 1 minute, I have tiny monsters. I'm gonna open the door, but I'll be right back. But I'm gonna talk to you this whole time because they're hot, and that's okay. I don't want to kill the animals. So when we're talking about your platform, a lot of you are using lots of different things, and that is absolutely fine. We want to supply a way for you to be able to evaluate that platform to make sure that it's meeting the needs that you have. Okay. So what this is really talking about is, as we've gone through those components that are going to be important in your platform, these are just some quick options to consider. All right. A lot of you are using third-party apps, and you're going to. There's no platform that you can use out of the box without assistance from other solutions. It's just not going to happen as your business grows and scales. How easy is it to connect those? Are you being charged additional fees from your platform to connect things that you want? Right? How easy is it for you to change your front end design? Do you have a content management system that enables you to update look and feel of content pages? Do you always have to reach out to your developer? Do you want to be on a platform where you have to contact your $300 an hour developer to change a banner? Maybe not. How secure is your platform? Right? Do you have strong encryption methods, options of SSL certificates? Is your customer's personal data always going to be secure? Is my platform going to allow me to integrate everything that I need? Right? Goes back to the first one. We want a large breadth of native functionality for sure, but we're going to be using third-party systems. We have to. How easy is that to integrate in my system? And then what support can I expect? If something happens, right? Do I have 24/7 support, or can I only contact you between 9 and 5 Eastern Standard Time? Are there levels of support that I can expect? Can I expect quick and easy escalation? Or am I waiting days on end while my store doesn't transact and I'm losing out on customers coming to my site? We want to make sure that any platform that you have has the ability to grow with your business. A lot of solutions are going to get you started. We want to look at platforms that are going to keep you going. Okay, so this is where I give you the BigCommerce spiel, but like, I'm going to give you the spiel because I really believe in the product, right? Basically, the only thing we want you to know with BigCommerce is that it's built for growth, right? The native tool functionality, we can use our front-end design. The code is not proprietary, right? If you do have folks helping you with your back-end design, and I'm just gonna pick on Shopify for a little bit. It's okay, you can use Shopify, but I'm gonna pick on it just a little bit, okay? Shopify is written in a proprietary code that's existed for maybe 10 years, right? So you have to find someone who knows how to develop on a proprietary code. It's not an open, easily done item. Versus BigCommerce uses JavaScript and handlebars. We can code on it. You can do what you want. It's an open SaaS platform, okay? So it's built for you to connect and use what you want to use. Yes, big fan of BigCommerce. Also, I love your nut milks. So we want to be able to do that. We have tons of partners that are going to give you premium service. All of our partner applications go through a QA process. Yay. Anything that you use that's from our BigCommerce marketplace with applications is going to work well with your ecosystem, okay? API endpoints. There are limits to API calls on other platforms. We certainly have limits, but it's mostly like a pay limit. We don't want a company who has, making $30 million a year on a $29.99 plan. But as far, as far as the API endpoints, 400 calls per second. Think of it as a pipe, right? We have a big pipe. All the water's going to come through with those API calls. Other people just have a little water line. All right. Extra powerful performance, right? We're going to be backed by the best in breed solutions, right? It's hosted on the Google Cloud platform, super secure. You're not going to have to worry about your customer data being infiltrated, right? Customers want propriety. In the day and age of everyone breaking into stuff, every day I get a notification, your password has been compromised. Broke into my Fit Fab fun. Okay, so now I can't be fit, I can't be fab, and I can't have fun anymore. I was like, I don't trust this. I had no more delivery boxes. I didn't have fun anymore when they breached my personal data. And we don't want that. We're going to be PCI compliant. And then really for you all, it's that low total cost of ownership, okay? We want to let you know that e-commerce is affordable, right? And you're seeing that with a lot of platforms. Shopify is free, right? Like there are tons of platforms that are gonna have value. We want to show you that that total cost of ownership is across the lifetime of your store, not just initially. And again, I'm gonna pick on some other solutions. If you're building large on-premise solutions, right, which I don't think is applicable here, right? You have to have development teams that cost money, right? If you're on a lower cost platform that as you grow, it's going to force you to pay and connect more, right? Shopify, you have to pay for certain payment providers, right? You can't use high-risk products without certain additional fees and interventions. So if you ever branch into CBD products, you're going to be paying for that, right? Adult products, alcohol, e-cigarettes, anything that's sort of high-risk products, you're going to have additional fees on top of those high-risk gateways, right? It's not going to be able to grow with you. We really want to think about the lifetime of your store, not just today. And how easy is it going to be as your businesses grow and launch for you to maintain business revenue producing activities. We don't want you spending all your money on site security, development, fees for hooking new payment providers. We want you to use your money on generating activities, your marketing campaigns, your Google AdWords, improving your products, going back into the lab and developing new formulas. We don't want you spending money on things that should be baked in. Okay. Let's see, fermented foods, I don't believe are considered a high-risk product. When I talk high-risk products, I'm really talking about, as an old coworker would say, products of vice, right? We're talking about alcohol, we're talking about e-cigarettes, any products related to those products. We're talking about adult products, toys, whatever. We're talking about, CBD products, or, even, on some platforms, not ours, you can do THC products, things like that. We follow federal regulations. So if the federal government allows us to sell it, then we do. So that's what we mean. But as far as food products, not really. Unless they included some of, augmented, if they are, like I imagine at a certain point, like when does kombucha turn into booze? Like, I don't, those things, like, are you selling food products that have, CBD or hemp elements in it? Then yes, but fermented products, probably not. And then we talked about this a little bit. As your business grows, you're gonna need to use other partners. You'll see here that BigCommerce is never going to charge you to connect these people, right? We're not gonna have additional fees. Caveat there, if you do add omni-channel solutions, Amazon, Instagram, you're using our API connectors, so it will count towards your total order volume, which could shift you into the next tier of service, but not necessarily. But it's not like a charge. It's not like, Shopify, where if you're not using Shopify's whitelisted Stripe Shopify payments, they're going to charge you additionally to hook up a payment gateway of your choice. Nothing like that. All of these are ready. These are partners. They've been vetted by us. They work well with us, right? You'll see a lot of these marketing tools. You may be using a lot of these marketing tools right now, okay? And just know they are open to you on our platform, okay? The last thing we're going to chat about, and then you can, we'll talk to, we had some Q&As along the way. So I'm like, okay, they're asking questions along the way, but we'll stop for a few moments of questions. This is an offer from BigCommerce. So again, you may be happy on your platform. I am not here trying to proselytize the masses. However, if you are looking for a platform, if you are considering platforms that are gonna facilitate your level of growth, we do have this promotion from BigCommerce for being in the fellowship. I think I'm choking on a Great Dane here, but you can start a free trial. Okay, and if you send that URL to Missy, you're going to get 3 months for free. So you're still going to be, you'll add your credit card information as if you're paying, but then we'll give you a credit for that. So if you're interested for these types of plans, do reach out to Missy. You can always start that URL on the front end at bigcommerce.com. You'll see where you can start your free trial and just give a run of what that platform looks like. But this is just for you. If you want to try something out, you want to see what it looks like. Also, so, it's there. So that's all the talking I'm going to do. I will say I have access to an environment. So if you're curious about how something looks on BigCommerce, right? I told Missy, feel free to connect with me, and we can even do a walkthrough of what the platform may look like. If you're wanting to kind of see what features are available, of course, you can always call our CSM teams, and someone will be happy to speak to you about that. But I'm also happy to connect with you as well. But yeah, so just a little primer. It was fast. It was furious, but just some things to think about as your business grows. And, because I am on this platform on BigCommerce, right? I'm here to tell you our native functionality is really great. and more importantly, where we are not, expansive, because we can't do everything. We have best in breed partners that are easy to connect. We have people to help you with implementation along the way, a lot of great services to ensure your success. And we're just excited to see you grow. And we want a platform that's going to be able to grow with you. So that's my BigCommerce spiel, but mostly like use whatever platform is going to give you the best experience and passes that experience on to your customers. It's fine. Okay, that's enough for me.
Kiana, I have a specific question about growth. You mentioned functionality and kind of, thinking about your future growth, thinking about the lifetime of your store. Can you get a little bit more specific about what kind of functionality founders should be thinking about at an earlier stage to prepare for that growth? It is definitely also more painful to make big switches when you're much further down the road because it's just more disruptive. So we just love to get a little bit more specific in that area.
Absolutely. When I think growth, I think about our omni-channel solutions first and foremost. And I had said this earlier, there is no way you can grow your business without being more visible on different channels, right? Your website is the main source of business. Great, we can drive traffic to that website. But the fact of the matter is, people are on different platforms. One of the great things about BigCommerce is we do have some native integrations with Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, that are going to allow your catalog to sync and have a bi-directional sync with those marketplaces. So you don't have to manage marketplaces in two different places. And not only that, being on those marketplaces, it's just going to drive traffic. Instagram got me, okay? It's got me in its clutches. The number of things that I have purchased off Instagram just because. So that's a huge channel. TikTok is a new channel that we've connected as well. And it just provides that ability to not manage catalogs in two places. We have a secondary SKU. So I will say this, we've acquired a company called Feedonomics, which essentially optimizes across different channels, and those channels can be turned on over the lifetime of your store. It's a completely different SKU. It is separate from BigCommerce. You can use Feedonomics on whatever platform you have, but that's going to give you the ability to optimize and get in front of audiences by connecting with different channels. And as you grow, you just turn them on. And again, that is for I will say that is for a much, it's for enterprise level clients. So that's a little bit beyond this, but there's a counterpart to that called Cadisto that also does the same thing. So that's what I think of when I think of growth. Your website is great. We want to optimize that experience for sure, but you cannot expand your business without being on different channels. You just can't. It's not going to happen. The other thing when I think of in terms of growth is just being able to do what your business needs at any given time. So again, we're not going to charge you for connecting with the partners you want to connect with. We're not going to, you want to connect with, you want to use Klaviyo, right? For your marketing, SMS ads, user created content. The only thing you'll have to do is pay Klaviyo. You don't need to pay BigCommerce to use Klaviyo. Right? We don't want to take anything off the top there. And we have the ability to do that. When I think growth, I think of the native capabilities with our promotions engines, right? A lot of times those are specialty things. On other sites, you have to literally purchase promotions, right? The ability to give our customer discounts, not on BigCommerce. Very robust promotion engines here. We can do some fairly complicated promotions. So that's what I think of. Omni-channel and just the native functionality of being able to reach out to your customers, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know we're at time, but I just wanted to mention, I know Missy and I have been talking about setting up an office hours for this group. So
you know, I think, again, we're kind of talking about the primary information so that you all can dive a little bit deeper into your own needs. And so we'll have more info on kind of an e-commerce audit sort of office hours coming up for you all. I know that you're all probably starting to really think about the holiday shopping season. So that's a really good time to make sure that you're super buttoned up online so that you can convert all of those people into dollars. So Kiana, do you have any last advice for the fellows?
Yeah, I just want to say you have my information. You have Missy and Katrina as a contact. I would love to be involved with those office hours if you need me to, but this is just really important. The last thing I want to say is, like, you are amazing entrepreneurs and business owners, and that is amazing. We know the time we live in, right? We know that folks who look like us have been traditionally excluded from brick and mortar businesses and not being able to establish those. And so e-commerce isn't just about making you money. It's really about you being able to get those great products out to service those communities that are important to you. And so we want to make sure that you have the ability to do that and grow. So I'm just really excited, and hopefully I'll see you around.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then before we leave, just one more quick announcement. I know that we are now at the very, very end of our MO Fellowship program here. And so next week will be your last class, your last brew crew. And there will also be an upcoming community showcase to show all of your products and your companies off coming up in the fall. We're working on potential dates there. So we'll have more info in the next couple of weeks to make sure that you all are aware of those upcoming opportunities. And so more soon on that. But thanks everyone for their time. Kiana and Missy, thank you so much for being here. And I'll follow up Missy and Kiana with your deck and your info and get it over to the fellows.
Thank you.
Have
Bye.
a great day, everyone.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye.